going to do a video for this tier list. Bear with me. I'm going to go through why I put each character where they should be, or where I put them. Things like that. Right? Boom. Go. All right. So, start with Adam. Adam good in a triple support comp. Otherwise, he's kind of useless now, fortunately. But in the res comp with like Mantis and Star-Lord, he's decent. Maybe like Mantis, Adam, Luna, or Rocket. Strong comp if you know how to play it. But in my experience, I don't think Adam is spot. Put him in the D tier. Typically, if an Adam locks on my team, we just lose. So Angela. Very frustrating to play against, a good Angela. But a lot of people don't really know how to play her correctly. She's going to be dropped into the B tier. Because she can be played, it's not an auto loss if somebody picks it. And she's really good on certain maps also. She's very map dependent. She's not terrible, she's just not great right now. Black Cat, my god, this character. You know what they were thinking? Creating a character with 10 plus abilities. But yeah, she's S tier. S tier until the nerfs, I think. Right now, she's like pick or ban. Play dive. I don't know how to play her, so Widow is S tier. Maybe. She's definitely very good. We'll get to Widow in a second. Black Cat is running lobbies. She's pick or ban for sure. Probably the best DPS right now. Panther. Let's see, a good Panther can run your game. Unfortunately, when they put a thing in the game, he kind of became less relevant because thing counters him so hard. He literally can't use like pretty much any of his abilities if thing uses shift. So he's still very good. I'm going to put him in A just because he backline. There's not much you can do about it. So that's where we're going to be with that. Widow. I currently moved her down to A tier from S tier on my last tier list, but I think she's going to go back up to S tier. I genuinely think like she is the better DPS right now for sure, just because of her flank potential, and her ultimate is like a guaranteed at least a kill or two. I think she's S. Very good, and there's a lot of one tricks out there that just like run lobbies with her. With Phoenix team up, her two slows is crazy. Yeah, the Phoenix team up is really good, and that's the one I prefer when I play Widow. The Hawkeye one can be okay, but I think the Phoenix one is just Blade. So Blade can be good in brawl comps. I just haven't seen that many that are taking over lobbies, and I feel like there's just better choices. Not bad. His ult is really good if you pair it with like a Groot ult or a Strange or something like that. Otherwise, he's kind of mid, just a melee character with kind of less kill potential than like a Daredevil or Iron Fist. So I think Blade's going to be dropped into the B tier here. All right, Cap. Cap has always been, I feel like, underrated. Underrated in lower tier lobbies. In like Celestial Plus, Cap is like one of, if not the best tanks, just because his ultimate is an extra support ult, right? Um, and his ability to delay point or stop cart, just delay, is unmatched. Probably one of the best delay characters in the game. I think Cap's going to go into A. He's not quite S. He's definitely one of the better tanks in the game. Cloak, man, this character, keep giving her more and more survivability. Her sustain is insane. Her heals are good. And they try to, so Cloak gets countered by Mag, right? And so they gave her an ice block, so she can't get hit on her last dash of her ultimate anymore from Mag, which is crazy. But I kind of understand because it was just like an automatic thing, right? Like Cloak ults, okay, here comes the Mag ult. It's like it was every single time you would hear that. So I kind of get it. The game did get kind of boring. If like the enemy team is using Mag, you just can't play Cloak because you're just rinsed. Unless your Mag can bubble you or, something like that. But I think Cloak is still very good now. I don't know. They need to do something with this character. She's always been in the top tier of this game. I'm gonna go into A. She's not quite S, but she. Cyclops. Went through a lot of changes since he came out. Got nerfed, got buffed, got nerfed, got buffed. Right now, I think he's good. I just don't see him played a lot. Kind of weird because I think he can still like run lobbies pretty much. I think they're nerfing him on Friday, but right now he's definitely going to be in the A tier. He's always a good pick for poke. His ultimate paired with like a Groot ult or a Strange ult or something like that, a Thing ult is really good. DD, Jesus, this since launch DD has been broken. Is like either pick or ban pretty much, or perma banned. Though I don't think he is S this season. Currently, maybe on Friday that changes, but he's going to be at the top of A right now. Just his kit, his ability to dive the back line in one shot, and then his ability to get out safely is kind of crazy. We're going to put DD the top of A right now. Deadpool. So this is going to be tank pool. The other two I don't really grade just because Deadpool is probably like low C tier. DPS pool, pretty good with the Hela upgrade. It would probably be like a high B, low A. This is for tank pool. And he's seen a reemergence lately. Show me some Squirrel Girl love. I'm only GM3, but it always been too hated on. I got you when we get to okay. So yeah, tank pool is going to be an A. Recently, I've seen a lot more people playing him, and he can still just be so disruptive backline. Good, he's a good tank. Does good damage, good sustainability. His ability to get out, and his ultimate, his gun ult is really good against backline. Okay, Squirrel Girl. What's the tier list about? This is my tier list based on the current patch and what I experienced in the game. Just the character power and how they affect the game. Based on, okay, so it's going to be like GM1 plus lobbies. A bit of Celestial player since the game came out, pretty much. I've gotten it every season. This is just my opinion on what I experienced in the game. Squirrel Girl. Even with the new team up abilities, she doesn't really have an impact on the game. In higher tiers, at least. In the lower tiers, probably all the way up to Diamond 3, I would say she's probably picked a lot more. But if somebody picks Squirrel Girl in a Celestial lobby, they're probably just trolling. There's really never an opportunity to play her. She's just not there. Her kit needs something more. Her damage is good. Yes, she has 2 root abilities, 3 with the team up. but it's just not enough. It really isn't. Her kit is just it's not good, and I think she was designed for the lower tier players in this game, which which need what they have to have characters that are designed for the casual player, and that's perfectly fine. She's just never going to make it like the competitive scene at the higher tiers. So she's going to go into. Sorry, brother. I know. Thank you for the likes, but yeah, she's not going to make it really anywhere. All right, Devil Dinosaur. His recent nerfs and all the changes to his kit kind of gutted him. Um, he's he's a little bit better than he was with the new team ups, but the new team ups in season 9 gave other characters so much more power and so much more impact on the game that I think his team ups really didn't do that. They kind of just made him at least playable because post nerf he just couldn't play him, just get ran over. Um, right now, I'm going to put him in B, um, probably in front of Blade here, but behind Angela, just because he can be good. It's circumstantially, but for the most part, that character just doesn't really do much, especially with the Punisher unlimited ammo team up. He just gets shredded. But yeah, we'll put him in B for now. Doctor Strange, always been a staple of this game. With his portal is his best ability, right? Always will be. It's super. It's a fundamental to the game. Don't really see it people using portals in low lobbies for some reason, but once you start understanding how to play the game and how the game works, using the portal to get back to the point, it's fundamental to this game. Fortunately, right now he's not great. He's still a good option as a tank though. But his damage, his ultimate ability at the high level is almost it's nearly impossible to get a solid ult off. Really, at the high level, when you ult on Doctor Strange, you're trying to hit at least one support, or like a DPS. But it's so hard to get this off because there's so many CC abilities in the game now, especially with the supports. It's just hard to actually land a Strange ult. He's still going to be put into A just because he's still a solid shield tank. What is this rating off of? My experience in the game, current season of like GM1 plus lobbies. This is what I'm basing this off of, and this is my opinion. I don't watch other tier lists being made or why people put people where. This is just what I have experienced in the game. Elsa, absolutely S tier, completely and utterly broken right now. Jameson, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. She is running lobbies. Pick her ban for sure. Alan Wake, also, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Yeah, she's pick her ban right now. And she's running lobbies. I don't think she's even getting nerfed on Friday, which is in 2 days, which is kind of insane. So she's going to be permabanned, I would imagine, until they actually update or hotfix her. And she's just really good right now. She's better than Widow for sure. I still don't think she's better than Black Cat, just because Dive is so powerful. But she's she is the best poke character right now. Back character in the game. So she's definitely S tier, running lobbies, server admin, if you will. But yeah, she's just really good right now. Emma. Emma last season was server admin. Her kit was so good. She had a lot of damage, every survivability, everything was great on her. Then they nerfed her. But with the new team ups that came in, it kind of brought her back to being that premium tank pick. Typically, I see Mag Emma in most of my lobbies that I play. So she's definitely one of the top 2 tanks for standard comp, and her ults forces the enemy team to back up or use cooldowns to get out of line of sight. So she has a lot of utility. She's got a shield that you can place anywhere. anti-CCable, good damage if you can keep your beam up. She's going to go into A right now, I think, but she'll definitely be towards the top of A. Gambit. Man, they overtuned this character creating him. In my opinion, his ultimate is too good, and it always will be unless they rework it. He's got good heals. His heals aren't what they were when they first came out. When he first launched, he was just server admin, pick or ban, absolutely every single game. He kind of still is banned every single game if you're not going to play him, and that's because his ult it's too good. The fact that it gives so many stats to your team, you can just run down the enemy team if they don't have a support ult. It's way too good. But I don't want to say he's S tier, and that's because, well, it's kind of hard to explain why he's not S tier, but I think he's definitely the top of A. He's probably A plus plus, S minus, if you will, but I'm not gonna add those sections right now. But he could definitely. There's an argument to be made where he could be S tier, but for me, in my opinion, I think he's the top of A. Well, I don't know. Now I'm rethinking it. He has good survivability with his dash. He can heal himself. His healing output is very good if you can manage your cards. The problem is I don't see a lot of people being able to manage their cooldowns effectively enough. But if you can manage them perfectly, he is definitely S tier. Problem is I don't see that in Celestial. I definitely see it in like the higher top 500 games where Gambit is open, he is played. And in my experience this season so far, if he's open, he doesn't have to be played. I've seen teams leave him open and then run like Luna Cloak or Luna Mantis, and it's fine. It's not, you're getting ran over by Gambit, so it can work. I'm going to put him in A just because of that. I haven't really faced teams that or had a Gambit on my team that knows how to effectively use his cooldowns. So based on my experience, he's A. Probably everybody else, he's probably S, but this is what I experienced. So. All right, Groot. Low key, I feel like Groot is underrated right now. With his new team up with the bubble, the Jeff team up, it just gives him extra survivability. Where if Groot gets caught out, he has no mobility whatsoever. If he gets caught out, he's probably just dead, right? But with that bubble, he has a lot more survivability and take more space and hold more space. Along with his walls, and if you have a Mantis on your team, the healing wall is really OP. His ult is obviously really good. It has been since it came out. I think Groot is in a great spot. I think he's pretty balanced right now, considering the meta. You don't see him played that often. He doesn't get banned that often either. I think he doesn't get banned that often because honestly, we need more bans. We really do, with the amount of characters that keep buffing and over buffing and this and that. But Groot's going to go into A. He's going to be behind Emma. As far as like, I see more Groots than I do Caps, so I have to put Groot above that. He's definitely better than Strange. Strange is just easier to play. Higher level, a good Groot can just run the lobby and there's nothing you can do about it. Okay, Hawkeye. Seen a lot more Hawkeyes this season than I have in the previous 3 or 4 seasons. You are Groot. Yeah, I've seen good Groots there, but Hawkeye I've seen a lot more this season than I have in the previous ones. He very dependent on kill shots. Obviously, that's his whole kit. But with the Psylocke team up, he does an unreal amount of damage. Problem with him is he's very diveable. Dive being so strong right now, Daredevil, Black Cat, he's just kind of not able to be played. Even if Venom gets on him, Venom can just kill him. Got his little double dash, but it's not enough to survive. So he's gonna go. He's gonna go into C tier. He's not quite D. But I think he's actually very good in certain circumstances. Uh, but he's too easy to kill, too diveable. Hela, Jesus, we're back to like the early seasons of this game where Hela was a problem, and she is now a problem again. New team ups and damage. I'm not really sure what happened from last season to this season besides the team ups. I don't know if they or buffed her damage or whatnot, but she is server admin. Hawkeye deals with dive with a Psylocke team up better than before, plus they nerfed his HP. Hawkeye, it's so hard to balance that character, right? It's so hard to balance this guy because a one-shot character is not really healthy for the game. It's really not. And you see that in Black Panther. Panther players are really excited when he gets nerfed and this and that, and then he gets into a game, one shot to the back line. Nobody wants to play the game at that point. What would like that? It's not fun to play against one-shot characters. There needs to be some skill expression that can survive, or there's counterplay. Hawkeye, there is no counterplay. You just get dinked and you're dead, and that's it. And you do it all over again. Repeat, rinse, repeat. Right? Like there, it's very hard to balance these types of characters. But I think he's in a decent spot, but he's just too diveable. Anyway, Hela. Moving on to Hela. Low-key runes. That means you're dependent on somebody else being able to play Loki in order to play Hawkeye, right? Or Panther. And that's if you need something else to play the character you want to play in order to play him, that's not good. So, all right, Hela, yeah, Hela's S. She's insane right now, especially with all the changes to her ult and her team ups and this and that. Her damage is incredible. But yeah, she's back to where her her former days, her glory days. I personally ban Hela. I try to ban Hela every game. My bans right now are Black Cat, Elsa, and Hela. Occasionally, I will swap like a Hela for a Venom, depending on what the other team is banning. But yeah, all right. Moving on to Hulk. Hulk is a menace. He really is. He has perma bubbles for your whole team. Jumps around, does unlimited damage. Well, not really. His base damage is actually pretty bad, but his survivability and his ability to get on your backline is unmatched. And once he has ult, if he's not perma CC'd through his entire ult, he can kill. It's almost a guarantee that he can kill a person on your backline or your DPS. He'll exile you, clap you, knock you up in the air, and then you're dead. Hulk is really good, especially a good Hulk. Sheesh, he's hard to deal with. He's going to go into A. I do think he's better than Strange. Probably rivaling Tank Pool right now. I'm going to put him in front of Cap here, I think. I think that's where he's going to go. A good Hulk is crazy to play with. But I don't care how y'all put it. Black Widow is not S tier. Okay. I mean, that's your opinion, right? We're all entitled to our own opinion. I'm basing this tier list off of my experience this season in GM1 plus lobbies. Good Black Widow is a server admin. Ain't no opinion, it's a fact. Okay, it's not a fact. It is your opinion. Literally your opinion. GG's, yeah, GG's, man. Okay, Torch, very good now. Very good. He does incredible damage. He's got good movement. The problem is with Hela and Widow being so strong, he is hard to play. But if those characters are banned, he can do a lot of damage. He can one shot through Cloak ult. If you know how to play him correctly. And he's very good right now. He's going into A, but he's going to be towards the bottom of A. You just don't see him played a lot, but the torches I have played against are server admins, run the lobby, and there's not much you can do. Uh, Dating Squirrel Girl is like LARPing. Driving manual is enjoyable. I don't. I don't have thoughts on that comment. I'll be honest. I don't. Okay. Invis. Um. Hmm. Still good. Not as good as she was. I typically see Invis die a lot in her ult, and I think you have to go back to playing outside of her ult. So you throw your ult further in front of you, and then you just kind of go Invis and let your team fight. I think that's the better way to play her right now. But every time I see an Invis ult, there's like a strange ult right on top of her, and then she just dies. Um, she is good. She's just not as good as she was. She's still going to be an A for sure. But yeah, she's kind of just there. She's a mid pick. I think Luna is better or Cloak. Um, she's better than White Fox right now. White Fox unfortunately got gutted. She's not great. But Iron Fist, man, his recent updates and his buffs are insane. But Widow and S, I haven't played the rework. I kind of want to know. Yeah, she's not a one-shot character anymore. More of a flank DPS now. Her rifle is like semi-automatic or automatic. Really, it's really fast. It does good damage if you can hit shots, and she has a slow. And her ult is her like normal ult form. Takes 2 shots to kill somebody. If you headshot them, it puts them at like 1 HP. She's really good now, and she has a lot more mobility. Unlimited sprint, and she has a dive also to get out of. Kind of miss her old movement. I think her new movement is better. She has unlimited sprint, and she has that dive, right? Like she can just get out. Anyway, Iron Fist, very good right now. The Iron Fist OTPs, I'm sure, are very happy with these changes because he can kind of just one-shot a support with his comp. He's going into A for sure. He's definitely a good brawl dive DPS, and he can deal with flyers needed. And he does good damage to tanks as well. He's overall a very good DPS right now. Iron Man. I don't know what to do with this character ever. I feel like he is good, but he's also just not, right? Like landing an ult in higher tier lobbies with Iron Man is damn near impossible because he's got his wind up time and then it's got travel time. So there's too many tanks in the game with shields or some form of. With his new Gamma bubble, when he ults, it does help his ult, but overall he's just not good. He can kind of just get dove or hella dove. I mean, like by an Iron Fist or Black Cat even. If you've got a Hela, a Widow, all these poke characters in the game, he's hard to play. And I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put him in C towards the bottom because he's not seeing much. Typically, if you have an Iron Man in higher tier, he's probably trolling. Jeff, man, since Jeff came out, Jeff was so fun to play back in the day. But he was so broken, right? Like that's why he was fun to play. Unlimited survivability, unlimited damage. His ult was just for clip farming, which was great. He was fun to play. Nowadays, everybody knows how to play against him. If you go ult on Jeff, you get Mag ulted, you get Moon Knight ulted, you get Namor ulted, Bucky, all this stuff to counter him. People finally figured that out. He's still okay in some comps. It's just he used to be good with dive comps. You'd play like Rocket, Jeff, and then your DPS would be dive, still heal from afar. But now White Fox is a better option. Her ultimate is better. Not as counterable. There's definitely some counters for it, but I think I'm putting Jeff. He's going to go into C tier. He's not typically played a lot, and if he is, he's countered. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate y'all. I wish he was better because he's fun to play. I like playing Jeff, but currently right now he's not that great. Loki. Loki used to be S plus tier back in the day. With all the changes to his ult generation and healing he does and damage he does. I dropped him down quite a bit. I think he's B tier right now. Put him at the top of B though. Still good circumstantially. Obviously, Loki Gambit is broken. See Loki getting banned a lot in pro play. Yeah, at the pro play level, I haven't experienced that because I'm not a pro. Um, and this tier list is based off of my experience. So I don't see very many Lokis or good Lokis, as a matter of fact, in my games. So I have to. But at the pro play level, I could see how he is good. Loans and stuff like that. But yeah, Luna, absolutely broken support right now. She has her new team up gives her a get out of jail free card. Really, she can't be CC'd except for Jeff ult or Hulk ult. I think are the only two she can't get out of. All right, see you, streamer. See ya. Loki in general is rare. Yeah, he is good. If you're up against a good Loki, he's hard to play against if he knows how to manage his clones. And his healing output is great. His ultimate is really good, obviously, but it's rare to see one. Luna is going to go towards the top of A here. There's an argument to be made where she's S tier, but in my experience, she's just A. A lot of Lunas I go up against to try to DPS Luna, and with her, the update on her flake, not giving her damage anymore, it kind of hurt her DPS, but she's still very good. Manny, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. Good morning. Good morning. But yeah, Luna is like a staple in pretty much every game. A top of A. Magic. Haven't seen a lot of Magics this season, but when I do, they are typically very good. Over health and all the overshield she gets from her damage is kind of crazy. She's very hard to kill. She's good mobility. Problem is she can't really deal with flyers. Her ultimate is very counterable, but she's a good brawl character. I'm just gonna put her in B right here next to Blade because these have very similar playstyles. And brawl right now is okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just okay. Magneto. Probably the best tank currently. His new team up with Wanda, the sword, it does unbelievable damage. Absolutely unbelievable damage. Obviously is good. It's always been a staple of this game. He's got good survivability. He's very hard to kill. His kit is just really good, and with the new team up giving him more damage, or the Emma team up where you can have double shield, double bubble, stuff like that. Pretty crazy. There's a lot of stuff that you can do on Mag now. Going to go at the top of A. I don't think he's quite S. If Mag's in the game, you don't auto lose, right? So I don't think he can be. But definitely the top of A. I think Gore, the God Butcher, is going to be a brawl or dive when he comes out. I have no idea. I don't even know who that is. To be honest, I don't know much about the Marvel lore. The God Brawler or the God Butcher. He'll probably be brawl, depending or just based off of that title, I guess. I don't know. I feel like Butcher. I feel like it takes a while to like cut something up, right? Like you're a butcher, you're cutting stuff. If it was like the God Killer or like something like that, then it would be probably like a one-shot dive character. But Butcher kind of makes me think of Brawl. Guessing Brawl Vanguard. Mag ain't nothing. All right. Thank you for your comments. Mantis. S. Absolutely S right now. Her damage buff, her heals, especially if you have a Star-Lord on your team, her heals just like instant heal everybody. Heals are crazy right now, and if you can hit your shots on Mantis and perma get your lead, very hard to kill. She gets her ult very quickly. She has her sleep if she's getting dove. so she can get out of that. She's got her movement speed at 100 HP. Yeah, Mantis is very good right now. She's S. Try to ban her as often as I can. If you ran Mantis, Ultron, Luna, or Mantis, Ultron, Rocket, it's a lot of damage boost and a lot of sustainability. So Mantis right now is probably the best healer. You ready to put Penny at C or B tier because of the nerf? Yeah, this is pre-nerf. So Friday is all the nerfs coming out. Penny's still going to be up there somewhere. Mr. Fent. Mr. Fantastic. Seen a lot more recently than I have in the past. He's kind of just mid, as he always has been. His ult is just not there. They really need to rework his ults. If he had a good ult, he would be a very good character. He's a DPS off tank. He has good survivability. But that's it. He's just so underwhelming. He's just there, right? I don't know. With his ult being in the way it is, he's gonna be in B tier back here. He's just there. He's just mid. He's an okay pick, but he's rarely picked, and he's not good when he is picked. Why is Cloak and Dagger not an S? Because there's better supports. That's why. That's about it. She's very good. She's probably the second or third best support right now. So she's not bad at all by any means, but I don't think she runs lobbies like she used to anymore. There's a lot of counters to her, even with her ice block. And honestly, her ice block keeps her in one position for like two seconds, I think it is. And once she comes out of that ice block, you're probably just dead. So the ice block is good for surviving after you ult, but otherwise, using that, it's not. I don't think it's very good for her. But there's an argument to be made for both sides. Moon Knight. Since his recent nerfs, he's just kind of fallen off the map. 2 seasons ago, he was like running lobbies, but now they nerfed his damage. He's okay right now. I've played him a few times. I feel like his ult generation is very slow compared to what it used to be. And his ult, people have learned to play against his ult. Unless you have another form of CC or the Groot ult or Strange or something like that, a Thing ult, he's very hard to land and get kills with his ult in two lobbies. I'm going to put him in B, though. He's still usable. He's just a niche pick. Who do you think the best support in the game is? Mantis right now? Sure. Then Luna, and then probably Cloak. Namor, one of my favorite characters in the game. They brought back his Gamma Squid. He was the Gamma Squid was so broken the first time because somebody else had these team up abilities, right? Like a team up ability like that where it gives him an extra ability. Who's the worst support in the game? Right now, I think it's White Fox. She is not good right now. Or Adam. It's Adam. Never mind. It's Adam. White Fox is better than Adam, but yeah, it's situational. Namor. He's going to go into A. He's always a good pick. He always provides value. He's always going to be able to do damage. And if you can manage his squids properly and use your ult properly, he can be very good. Bubble. He's just an all-around, always a good pick. If you're not doing well on DPS or you're having a bad game where you can't aim, just lock a Namor, throw Gamma Squid and another squid out there, and just do your best. So. Who's the worst tank in the game? Don't know. Let me get there first. I'm not sure. It could potentially be Thor. He doesn't really provide a whole lot of value. All right, Penny. Right now, Penny's got to be at least A tier. She can kind of run a server if you got to play with your mines, and with the Rocket team up, you get an extra mine spot. And with all the changes to her her webs and her nests and everything like that. She's very good right now. I'm gonna put her above Strange, above Tank Pool, above Cap, above Hulk, and above Panther. I think she's gonna go here next to Groot. She actually might even be better than Groot right now, but as of Friday, all that's gonna change. Okay, we'll do that when Friday happens. Phoenix, still good. Not the Phoenix of the last couple of seasons where she was pick or ban S tier status. Um, they just keep nerfing her over and over and over again. Okay, now really the only utility you get out of her is countering a rocket ult right now. But her neutral damage is good. It's just her ultimate got gutted so hard to where her neutral damage doesn't make up for. People have now started to learn to shoot the ult, so it's even more counterable. She's still going to be an A, but she's going to be towards the back of A. I'm going to put her here, just towards the back of A. She's still pickable for sure, but she's not great. Psylocke, dear God, when this season launched, Psylocke was by far the best character in the game. Not even DPS, the best character in the game. There's something going on. I don't remember exactly what was happening, but she was doing some damage. And Psylocke in the seasons has been, she just got nerfed and nerfed and nerfed since the early seasons. But she's kind of remade, she's kind of made a reemergence now. She's definitely good. I don't see her a lot just because she wasn't playable in the past season, so people haven't really learned how to play her. She's one of the she is the first character I learned to play in this game. I love playing Psylocke. Really good right now. She did get nerfed from her damage when the season dropped, but she's still very, very good. And with her team up, it's just she's just good. I'm gonna put her. She's gonna be an A, up towards the top. I think she's got to go in front of Panther. To be honest, I feel like a good Panther and a good Psylocke were to go up against each other, the Psylocke probably wins. But yeah, Punny, my favorite character to play this season, just because of the unlimited ammo. I'm a hit scan player, so kind of falls in my wheelhouse. Don't see him a lot in play and stuff like that, just because people know how to play against him. He's been out since the game launch, so. But in my experience this season, he's definitely in A tier. He gets banned quite a bit, and I think that's because he counters dive pretty well, and he has a lot of damage in poke. With his shotgun, he can kind of just like burst down a lot of the dive characters or one shot people. You see people like Pirate King Momo diving in on Punny with the shotgun, one shotting, and then getting out. Like, yeah, there's a lot of skill expression in this character, and he's fun to watch. He's fun to play. He's not so much fun to play against. He's definitely going to go probably up here in front of Psylocke and stuff. But yeah, he's one of my favorite characters to play this season for sure. All right, Rockets. He did get nerfed since last season. Last season he was picker ban. He was so good last season. Even with the new team ups, he's decent right now. He's really good with the Punisher team up that gives the Punisher the actual unlimited ammo, not just the fire speed. Still a good pick. See him often. His res will always be good. That will never not be a good ability. His heals are decent too. He's going to go in A, probably in front of Invis. Yeah, I think that's a good spot for him. Rogue. Haven't seen many rogues this season, to be honest. She is good. She's a gambit enjoyer, right? Like if you have a gambit and a rogue, she's just by herself. She kind of just gets. I don't know. I've seen people like Cringe Alarm and these top tier tanks play her, and they make her look like a god. But in my experience, if the other team plays rogue, they just kind of get rolled. Doesn't have enough utility in the front line to against poke. Um, kind of help with dive, but her usage in a game is to run at the enemy team, um, and do as much damage as quickly as possible. She's a burst tank, so it's kind of hard to play that in my elo. I have seen good rogues. I've been ran over by good rogues. Evan, thank you for the follow. Um, but in my experience this season, I don't see her doing a lot. She's going to go and be back situational, but the actual impact of the character herself in a game is not great. Wanda, I know I'm going to get a lot of hate again for putting Wanda in D tier, but she's just terrible. She's awful. Even with her team up, Strange, it does a good amount of damage, but getting an ult off without using the Strange portal, which is a giant cooldown in a game, it's almost impossible. Like you have to get bubbled, and then all this stuff has to happen in order for you to use your ult. If that's the case. I just don't think she's ever playable. What's my peak? C1. Been Celestial every season I've played. Did take a few seasons off, but Spooder Man, everybody's favorite character to hate. Um, Definitely good this season. He's going into A. He's not going to be at the back of A. I do think he's better than Torch here. He's probably right here in the middle. With his symbiote team up, he's kind of back to one-shotting people. Very annoying to play against. Everybody has learned how to play him because the game's been out for 2 years. So, why isn't Deadpool an S? Because he's not S, in my opinion. Good, just not S. Better than Cyclops? I think Spider-Man's better than Cyclops. It's two different play styles. Whether you think he's better or not, it would be up to you. My opinion, no. If Spider-Man gets CC'd at all, he's just instantly dead. His down slam uppercut kills 275 again without team up. Spider-Man should be below Psy. Yeah, she is. He is. Spider-Man's good. A very good Spider-Man is hard to deal with. Except Namor just doesn't get banned this season unless you're playing like a Spider-Man or full dive. So he's good. He's just not the season 1 Spider-Man that was just server admin, right? There's a lot more Spider-Mans played now because people have learned how to play him. He's good. I think he's in a good spot right now. I think he's kind of balanced. The symbiote doesn't completely negate any damage to him, so you can actually kill him through it. And people have started to learn how to play against him, so I think he's in a good spot. Star-Lord, with the new Groot team up, where he has, the seeds you can throw out and it stuns people. He's very good. I personally have a hard time finding Star-Lord playable. It's so hard to get value out of his ults because everybody's learned how to play against him. Supports hold and ult for Star-Lord, right? Because if you don't, he wipes the team. Sure, he has great impact that way, but they will always hold a support ult for that, or an Emma ult, or something along those lines. It's hard for me to get value with Star-Lord in higher lobbies. But he's not a bad pick. He's going to go into A, I think. Probably here next to Cyclops. I think he's still a very good pick. It's just you have to know how to get value out of him. Storm. Really like where Storm is at right now. I like the change they made to make her hit scan. And with the Thor team up, she can output so much damage. Unfortunately, Thor is just kind of bad right now. But with the team up making her hit scan, she can still do a lot of damage, and her ult is good with either Jeff Nado or Torch Nado. Both good, and she can do a lot of damage being hit scan now. Problem is, Hela's very good, Widow's very good, Elsa's very good, which are all kind of counters to her. Okay. She's not great. So she's going to fall into B tier. I'm going to put her in front of Mr. Fantastic, but behind Magic. Haven't really ran into any storms that were an issue. They typically just swap off of Storm if they start the game on her, just because she's not getting enough value. The Thing, my god, the Thing is unreal this season. He does crazy damage with all his new team ups. Scarlet Witch is goated, yes. Sure, surely. The Thing's damage and her survivability and best tanks. If Punisher's banned, he should be played. His ability to ground and the damage he does and his ult is very good. He's just a good overall pick, but playing into like a Punisher feels pretty bad because Punisher has the unlimited ammo and he just gets shredded. But he's going to be up here. He's going to be up here probably right behind Groot. Potentially in front of Groot. Actually, no. He's going to go behind Emma in front of Penny. I think he's one of the better tanks right now. Punisher's actually server admin. He can be, for sure. Thor. Probably my personal most hated character in this game. I hate playing against Thors. The character is classified as a tank, but he has 0 tanking abilities, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to me. He does crazy damage. He could probably 1v1 anybody in the game. That's really his only utility, right? He's not a main tank. He can be good if you have like a main tank secondary, like a mag or something that can bubble him and help him get value. But right now, I just don't think he's very good in the current meta. He's going to go to like the bottom-ish of C tier. I think he's probably better. Yeah, probably better than Hawkeye and Iron Man currently. Ultron, the nerfs to him kind of hurt him quite a bit. He was pretty much server admin with the 3 triple support comps. He's still very good, but you just don't see him a lot this season, and that's due to Hela, Widow, all these hit scans being good, Cyclops, all this stuff being very good against him. He doesn't really have a whole lot of mobility outside of his shift, which is a kind of a longish cooldown. He was really good with the I think it was a Penny team up or something like that, where it gives heals to your entire team. Nerfed it, so that kind of dropped his value quite a bit. But he's still playable. I still see him quite a bit. He's still good, but he's gonna be dropped into the B tier, I think, right here behind Loki. I think that's where we're going with him. Venom's S tier. It's not even close. The best tank in the game. Unreal survivability, crazy amount of health, does great damage, has an anti-heal, can get out, can get in, do damage, get out. He annoys the back line. He's just picker ban pretty much, in my opinion. He's so good right now. They keep buffing him also. So we'll see, but I think Venom is the best tank in the game right now. NY, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. White Fox, unfortunately, I mean, last season she was server admin, picker ban, way too good, like running lobbies, and then they nerfed her into the ground now, to where she's only playable in dive, and then at that she's not even that great in dive. They nerfed her way too much, I think. But she's gonna go into C tier. She's better than Jeff, but she's just not great right now. Her ult is so counterable. People learned how to play against her ult almost immediately. Her brawl potential isn't there anymore because they nerfed it. Bucky, sheesh. Man, this character. There hasn't been a whole lot of changes to Bucky, right? But he has always been a solid pick because of his hook. More than me, so his utility and his kit is very good. In this season, with the Elsa team up, giving him more cooldowns, he can just like perma shoot, constant damage output. Just crazy, and his hook has more cooldowns because of the Elsa team up. Everything about this character is good right now, and he's definitely S tier. There's no question. He doesn't get banned a whole lot because most people leave Bucky open to counter Brawl or Dive. And most people in the game can play Bucky. Most people have played him because game came out. So he's been around for a long time and just kind of hanging out, but he's finally made it to S tier this season. Bucky's can run a game just because of his kit. Wolf. This character has been all over, up and down these tier lists, all the way up to S, down to D. He's just all over the place. Right now, he's in a really bad spot, I think. In my opinion, what I've experienced, he is very, very situational. You can get a lot of value out of him, but you have to play him perfectly, pretty much. And then if they pick Thing, you're just cooked. Thing or Dino, the two, non-CCable tanks, you're just cooked. And then you've got Invis to pull, you've got Luna Charm, you've got Fox Charm, all these things to counter Wolf's kit. He's going to go into the bottom of C. I don't think he's D tier, but he's just not good right now. Jubilee. Probably the first character that they launched that wasn't unbelievably broken. I think she is balanced. Actually, she could probably use a small buff to her healing output. I've seen her die in her ult more times than I've seen her ult like fully go through. I don't think she has enough sustain in her ult for what it is. It's like a push ult, right? Like you hit Q and everybody walks forward. I've just seen her get blown up instantly after pressing Q. That being said, I think she's going to go to the bottom of A because there are situations where she's very good, and I have played against very good Jubilees, and it's not that fun to play against if they can manage their bubbles correctly. I personally haven't played her a whole lot. She just felt whelming when she was launched. She wasn't overwhelming. She wasn't underwhelming. She was kind of just there. A new support with all these new particles and all the pretty stuff shining all over the place. She's okay. I'm gonna put her in the bottom of A. Yeah, I just don't see her a lot, and when I do, they're not. Doom, who knows? We'll see. We will see. He's gonna stay down here until we get some games on him. But yeah, this is gonna be the updated tier list until Friday, I think. So, yeah.